The biologist I chose to do for this project is named Frances, aka Frankie Jackson. She is currently an assistant research professor in the Department of Earth Sciences at Montana State University. She was born in Alabama and became actively involved in science and research during her collegiate career. She first graduated from the University of Montana with a Bachelor of Arts degree in geography. Jackson then went on to become the first doctoral recipient from Montana State University, specializing in earth sciences. Since then, she has conducted research nationally and internationally, publishing over 50 articles and other professional work. An interesting hobby and specific field of interest for Dr. Jackson is her involvement with fossilized eggs and their microscopic structures. She aims to better understand the reproductive habits of dinosaurs and how their evolution led to modern birds. She started a program called the MSU China Paleontology Expedition, in which students have the opportunity to travel to China to study their collection of dinosaur eggs and transitional fossils of theropods to birds. She has also contributed to a number of publications pertaining to the geographical aspect of evolution and how it shaped species into how we know them today. Most of Dr. Jackson's work analyzes organismal remains and compares them to the anatomical structure of species that are present today. Because of this, her work is observational rather than experimental based, and the figures present in her studies are either pictures of physical landscape or paleontological discoveries made during excavations. Her most recent professional publication was a paper entitled Geoecology of the Maria River Canyon, Montana, USA, Landscape Influence on Human Use and Preservation of Latter Holocene Archaeological and Vertebrate Remains. In this work, a group of researchers, including Jackson, investigated the landscape of the Maria River Canyon and worked to understand how late humans and other species, namely plains bison, adapted to the changing environment and ecosystem. They also worked to understand how sediment and waterways impact vegetation and plant communities. The figure above is an overview of some of the archaeological discoveries made during the study. All of these pictures are of bison remains, and understanding where the species resided during different parts of history is an important aspect of paleontology and the evolution of species. In essence, the scientists surveyed the canyon area and documented the flora and fauna found there. They then excavated regions of the canyon for a better understanding of how ancient humans utilized the landscape and ecosystems during the Holocene era. At the conclusion of the study, they had discovered bison remains as well as rudimentary spears and weapons that gave them a better understanding of how humans survived during this era. They also sampled different layers of soil that led to a better understanding of floral ecosystems and gave them a better picture of the resources that ancient people had access to. Information about her current work is difficult to find, though she continues to work with graduate students in their research ventures and assist them throughout the experimental process. In the past, she has explored the physical structures and molecular makeup of several species of dinosaur eggs, namely theropods, which are evolutionarily linked to modern birds. By investigating prehistoric eggs and comparing them to more modern ones, Jackson was able to solidify the link between the ancient carnivorous theropods and the variety of omnivorous birds that inhabit Earth today. Though it is not clear in which direction Frankie Jackson will take her research in, it can be assumed that she will aid her students in their investigations of dinosaur eggs and solidify our understanding of the evolutionary track of birds. I greatly admire Jackson's tenacity and ambition. She was the first PhD recipient at MSU during a time when STEM fields were still largely dominated by men. I also greatly admire her field of study, as paleontology has always been of great interest to me and a career path I am heavily considering. I find her work extremely fascinating and hope to be able to get involved in a field similar to hers after my undergraduate career. Here are the sources I used for this project.